Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for Thursday Night Football Week 7 between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns on Thursday, October 21st, 2021. My name is Steve and we're going to have 3 picks here for you that I think are great value bets for this Thursday Night Football game. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support in the channel. If you are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 750 subscribers here by the end of the week. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord channel. I'll post a link to that in our comment section and also in the description. It's a great way to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets and things of that nature. So check that out. It's a great resource. We will also have a live stream coming up on Monday Night Football, October 25th. Beginning at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time for the game between the Saints and the Seahawks. We're looking forward to that. Always have a lot of fun at those, so be sure to check that out. Okay, and now getting right into our results from the previous 2 episodes. So first we're going to go over our Comet Cappers here real quick. We had Wilkie calling out the Najee Harris alternate 40-plus receiving yards at plus 116 odds. Great hit there, Wilkie. And we had Gotta Get the Bag calling the Deontay Johnson over 65.5 receiving yards there at minus 115 odds. So another great hit there as well. Didn't have any call-outs for the Monday night game. So yeah, just those 2. As far as our results from the stream, we went 2-1 on Monday Night Football. We were able to cash the Emmanuel Sanders over on receiving yards. And we were able to cash the Derrick Henry over on receiving yards as well. Just got the cash on that one. He ended up with 13 and we called 12.5. So we were able to cash that. And then the Bills spread we missed. Really thought the Bills would have a better game. But what can you do? And then the previous night, Sunday Night Football, we went 1-2. We were able to cash the Najee Harris rushing and receiving yards over. We cashed that. And then we missed the Steelers spread. Seahawks kept it close. 3-point game. Steelers won by 3. And then we missed the Geno Smith over on rushing yards as well. So altogether 3-3, not bad. We move on to Thursday night though. We want to get that 3-0, guys. So let's get after it here this week. Getting right into our picks. At number 1, we have a same game parlay selection here for you. We are going with the Denver Broncos alternate plus 7.5 spread. Parlayed with the alternate under 48.5 points at minus 122 odds for these 2 parlayed together. Right now, guys, there's just too many injuries right now for the Cleveland Browns for them to be blowing anybody out. Baker Mayfield's out, Kareem Hunt's out, Nick Chubb's out. There's just no way. Those are the 3 of our most explosive players. There's no way I could see them blowing the Broncos out by more than 7 here. It just doesn't, it wouldn't make any sense. There's no way I could see that happening, especially with the struggles the Browns have been having lately. Honestly, on both sides. Last week offensively, obviously not very good, only scoring 14 points last week against the Cardinals. And defensively, they've also given up 84 points last 2 weeks. But that's not going to happen in this game. I think the Browns defense is a lot better than that. They just ran into a couple juggernauts there in the Chargers and the Cardinals, both playing, obviously extremely well on the offensive side of the ball. So I don't see them having that type of trouble with the Broncos. Broncos on offense have also been fairly putrid lately. A lot of their points and yards have been coming in garbage time. Against the Steelers, they made the game close, but like I said, that was in the 4th quarter in garbage time. Same thing in the Raiders game, right? Their offense is just not putting up a lot of production outside of garbage time. And so far this season, Broncos games overall 5-1 to this under. Really, a lot of those aren't really close. A lot of those are played in the 30s. So I think that's where this game will be. And I honestly think Denver will grind out a win. I really see Denver winning this football game. Von Miller guaranteed it. He guaranteed a win in primetime, and I'm taking his word for it. I think they get it done. I think their defense has more to offer as well. I think the Broncos could be even better than they are. They're 5th against the run. They're 11th against the pass, and they're 4th in scoring defense. And they've been kind of disappointing, right? People will talk about them being a disappointing defense. Statistically, they're not bad, but, they can be a lot better. They have enough talent. They have a lot of talent, so they should be better. And I'm expecting them to be better. So this game will be close, and there won't be a ton of points here, guys. The Browns offense will definitely struggle in this game. And the Broncos offense just hasn't looked good enough for me to say that they're going to really rack it up here on the Browns. So I love it there for our number 1 selection. same game parlay, Broncos plus 7.5 spread, parlayed with the under 48.5 points at minus 122 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with Tim Patrick over 45.5 receiving yards here for the Denver Broncos at minus 114 odds. So starting with Patrick here, his lowest receiving output on the season is 37 yards. His highest is 98, so he has a very nice range here. We're obviously hitting the bottom of this range. Technically, he is 2-4 to this line. You obviously wouldn't love that. But I think against the Browns secondary that's allowing the 7th most receiving yards to wide receivers, I do like the matchup. And I do like the fact that the focus, with the focus of the Broncos offense being more towards Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick should get some more looks here. You look at last week, DeAndre Hopkins actually did not have a big game versus the Browns as far as his wide receiving total. He had 55 yards, he had a couple touchdowns. But the yardage actually went to the second guy, which was A.J. Green, right? A.J. Green with about 80 receiving yards there. So I think Patrick has a chance there, just like Green did, to really, with the focus not being as much on him, to get some good looks down the field against the secondary that's kind of struggling right now. Especially recently, maybe the Browns secondary is playing better early on in the season, because if you look at their stats, they don't give up a ton of passing yards. They give up about 229 a game, which isn't terrible by any stretch, but lately they haven't been good. Last 2 weeks, it's been rough for this defense. They've allowed 84 points and a lot of passing yards to both Kyler Murray and Justin Herbert. So I think Patrick will have an opportunity here. That'd be the weakness if the Browns have one right now. On the defensive side, is their secondary is just not playing very well. So I love it there for our number 2 pick. Tim Patrick over 45.5 receiving yards here for the Broncos at minus 114 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, we are going D'Ernest Johnson under 58.5 rushing yards here for the Browns at minus 114 odds. So listen, this is the 3rd string running back, right? Not against the number 5 rush defense here in the Broncos. Broncos have a very good running defense. The Broncos themselves are 4-2 on this line. They've only allowed this line to 2 starting running backs so far this season, and that was Murray, that Ravens running game. That was Latavius Murray and Najee Harris. So obviously, the Ravens are a very good running team, and obviously the Steelers are too with Najee Harris. Like I said, Broncos 4-2 to this line so far. And if this was the 2nd string, absolutely, I would not be hopping on this. I'd be hopping on Kareem Hunt's over. This is D'Ernest Johnson. Not quite going to get it done here. And the Broncos, again, coming in super motivated. I've been seeing it not only on their page, but I've actually been seeing it on some news articles and stuff about, Von Miller guaranteeing victory in this defense, ready to come out firing. I really think they will. I think the Browns are going to have a tough time. And I think, honestly, this under just looks too good to pass up. And who knows if D'Ernest even gets all the carries. If he struggles, they might go to someone else. So it's like, do I expect him to line up the whole game and get all the carries? No. And even if he did, I'd still feel all right with that. But like I said, he's the 3rd string back, so the Browns utilizing more than just him is going to happen. They're going to look to get yards from other places other than just D'Ernest Johnson. I can guarantee you that. And the other issue coming in here is you also don't have a quarterback. No real threat at quarterback here with Case Keenum, with Baker Mayfield being injured. That's huge, because now the Broncos defense can even focus in more and on the run and make Case Keenum try to beat him. I don't know if they do that, but the idea is they don't have to worry about the passing game. They won't have to worry about it. And the passing game for the Browns has been struggling on its own, even with Baker Mayfield. So with Case Keenum not having any chemistry really with these receivers, coming in kind of raw, I don't expect big things from him either. So I love it there for number 3 pick. D'Ernest Johnson under 58.5 rushing yards here for the Browns at minus 114 odds. Okay, and that's going to do it for our official picks for this game. I did have some additional thoughts here as well on the matchups here. So as far as anytime touchdown scorer goes in this game, I'd be very cautious on what you place on the Cleveland Browns. I think you're going to have a hard time really trusting any of them in this game against the solid defense and with all the injuries that the Browns are going through right now. So I would just be cautious. I mean, obviously, you take what you take. There's definitely some value plays there. You're talking about the tight ends for Cleveland, or Njoku's plus 440 last I checked, and Austin Hooper is plus 300. So, I don't mind those, but you're taking a big risk. You just don't know how this offense is going to look. On the Broncos side, however, though, I really like Courtland Sutton this game. I didn't make it an official pick, but I honestly like the idea of Courtland Sutton catching a touchdown here. He's caught a touchdown here in the last couple weeks. He's been really hot. He's had a great connection here with Teddy Bridgewater lately. Granted, I think there'll be some focus on him, but just like with Hopkins, we talked about how he had low receiving output, but it still looked for him down in the red zone. Still caught a couple touchdowns. Sutton's caught a couple his last couple weeks, and the Browns defense allows a lot of receiving touchdowns to wide receivers. So I like that as well. If I was looking at any time touchdown on the Browns side, I'd look at Courtland Sutton, and I may actually end up placing that one because I do like that, but it's not an official pick. So other than that, though, guys, that's going to do it for my thoughts there. Let's get to do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. Again, we're trying to reach 750 subscribers by the end of the week, so appreciate your help out with that. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord as well. It's a great place to connect with our community and just to get more ideas for bets, as well as a lot of good minds in there that put a lot of good stuff together. So, and then also our live stream coming up on Monday Night Football between the Seahawks and the Saints, beginning at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope I can catch you at that. Other than that, that's going to do it for me. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.